one red, pour out the Jameson for ancestors to swig.
You rescue me yet again. You put me first everywhere. You make me feel better than the mother dudes. You rescue me yet again. You put me first everywhere. You make me feel better than the mother dudes.
Make sure you ain't throwing them in the back of a van or something like that, you know what I mean? So, but yeah. As well as I wanted to put this out there because it seems as though with this human trafficking and stuff like that, a lot of it is seems like there's a lot of black women coming up missing as well. So, I mean, we have a lot of black women and girls still missing. And this is just throughout New York. There's a lot of, there's a lot of open cases. Amsterdam News. Oh, we're not going there. Nearly 40% of those who have disappeared are often black. However, many allege that the media mostly only focuses on white women who have disappeared as opposed to African American women and their children. Whereas the Black and Missing Foundation reported in 2010 a total of 273,985 minorities were reported missing in the United States out of 692,944 for all races. They also report that most women disappear in the states of New York, Georgia, North Carolina, Maryland, and Florida. So you can see the statistics. There's definitely something going on with the black community and African American women's popping up, missing a lot. So, yeah, if you see something, say something. I think that's really, well, you know, first thing that we should be practicing in the black community nowadays. I'm not talking about when it comes, you know, all the snitching and stuff like that. No. When you see something, say something, man. If you're in the community and you got children, you know, it takes a village. Like, honestly, I don't really even let my children play outside like that because if I can't sit and literally watch them play outside, then they can't go outside. And that's crazy because I remember being able to go outside at 8 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, and be outside until the sun go down and not have to worry about nothing. My parents weren't worried. Like, they knew I would be home. I mean, you know, I don't think they worried. I mean, because I would be home by the time the lights came on or I was getting my butt whooped. So, you know, that's what we used to do. But now, and then we all used to look out for each other. You know, everybody on the street knew each other's name, knew each other's kids, all that. So we got to get back to that so we can start watching our kids as well as protecting our women, because that's another thing we got to do is protect our women. And a lot of times, you know, we can only protect them when we see that they're being, when they're being, you know, something's happening to them in public and we see it. Other than that, we can't help y'all. So y'all have to be also smart, because I see a lot of different posts from women about meeting a man and, you know, going to meet the man the first night, going over his house and, you know, things of that nature, which I'm not saying, you know, you can't, you know, go out and date and meet men and stuff like that. But what I am saying is that, you know, you definitely have to be mindful. And I would say really, 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 as much as I know this is going to fall on deaf ears, you really need to know somebody before you really start getting intimate with them, especially nowadays. And I'm saying that because the young men that are growing up nowadays are different than men like me, which we're the last of our generation. So a lot of these men, they didn't grow up with father figures around. They didn't grow up with a father in the home. So a lot of them are emotional, and a lot of them, no sooner than they get with you. Now all of a sudden they falling in love, and they in love with you, and they want to be with you forever, and all this other crazy stuff. And when you start hearing that, and you just met the guy, you just met him a week ago, and all of a sudden he in love, and he want to marry you, and he this and he that, that's a red flag. I hate to say it, but it's a red flag. And I mean, I know you might feel some type of way. Maybe you think that you in love with him too, and that y'all gonna do something together, but that right there is a red flag, because he's falling in love with you so quickly, okay, that should let you know that he's gonna have an issue. If you do, I mean, if you're in love with him too, I mean, hey, more power to you, do what you do. But what I'm saying is, if you're not in love with him, okay, and he's confessing his love and everything to you, I would suggest you probably not see him anymore. Like, if you gave him the cat, and he calling you and he going crazy, acting crazy, and saying crazy things, I would suggest you don't even see him no more. Don't even see him no more. Period. And I'm quite sure a lot of women have heard that before. Hey, don't see him no more. And I'm quite sure there's a lot of women who, and I hate to say this, unfortunately didn't listen, and went back and went on ahead and pretty much, fulfilled that man's dreams, And then no sooner than things start getting rough or going bad, you want to tell that man, it's over. I don't want to be with you no more. And something that I don't think a lot of women have learned either, and this comes from having a man in the house, is how to break up with a man. I've seen and heard women talk about breaking up with a dude, and some of the things that they do to men is just downright mean. Matter of fact, I've had women break up with me, and some of the things that they've done to me were downright just kind of mean, where it's just like, damn, I thought you think you have something with somebody, and then when they ready to leave you alone or don't want to be bothered with you no more and just cut you off with no explanation, no nothing, then it does make you feel some type of way. Now, as a man, I'm going to get over it. Like, I'm not like, all right, you played me, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. It's cool. I'm going to keep it moving. Things like, cause I think I heard something about a guy, unfortunately, shooting a woman, and I think he killed her because, and I want to say they said that she wasn't answering his calls or taking his texts anymore. There's no reason for a man to kill a woman at all, okay? Not at all. But what I can say is that if you've ever really liked somebody or even loved somebody, and you had constant communication with them all the time, every day, I talk to you, we have great conversations, everything seems like it's going awesome, everything seems like it's going great, and then one day you just stop answering my texts and my calls, I'm going to definitely be hurt, be very hurt. Once again, my father taught me, as well as my mama, that get over it. Heartbreak is a part of life. Your heart is going to be broken more than once. It happens. You just have to get over it, keep it moving, focus on yourself, focus on what you need to focus on, and that'd be that, man. It's not a big deal. It's more women out there that you can date. I mean, that she obviously is not the one for you. Now, when you have a two-family household and you have a mother and father telling you things like that, as well as you have a father really telling you, like, women, bruh, it's gonna happen. As much as you don't want it to happen, it's gonna happen. But, bro, when it happens, don't worry about it, man. You'll get over it. It's not a big deal. It's not that big of a deal, But like I said, when you don't have that and that is, I'm telling you, firsthand. I'm telling you, firsthand. Because I had a chick do that to me before. And I really liked her. And when she stopped answering my texts and my calls, I was hurt. I was really hurt. Now, did I want to do anything to her? Absolutely not. Because what would come from me doing anything to her but me going to jail? So I'm not thinking about hurting her or doing anything to her. As well as I'm not even thinking about myself, because some people will be like, well, you probably should think about yourself then, because maybe it's you that's the problem. Nah, I'm not thinking about, I'm not even sitting back thinking about, well, what was the problem, what happened. No, because when you conduct yourself a certain way, then you get certain respect. A woman, in my opinion, wouldn't have done that. A woman would have, took responsibility for whatever her actions may have been. And if she didn't want to be in a relationship, she would have called and said, hey, you know what? I don't think this is working out. Blase skip. There's really nothing to talk about. I know you might want to be with me, but I don't want you, or I don't want to be with you, whatever. Cool. I can respect that. You telling me as a woman to a man that you don't want to, you're done with the relationship. I can respect that. But when we have a relationship and you just stop answering calls and texts and stuff like that, that really hurts a man. As well as, I don't think some women were taught how to break up with a man. Okay? When I say that, what I just said about being a woman and saying those things to help give a man closure, that's just a respectable thing to do. Now, I'm not saying you have to do it, but it's a respectable thing to do. And I feel like if more women had fathers in the home to tell them, hey, don't be out there just dogging niggas. Don't be out there just disrespecting niggas, okay? Because I can't save you. First off, I can't save you. If you over some nigga house dogging him, disrespecting him, cussing him out and shit, and he fuck you up, I can't do nothing about that. I can't, I can go over there and kick his ass, yeah, after the fact, but now you done already got beat up. So I always taught my daughter that, hey, these niggas is emotional. You know what I'm saying? These niggas, these niggas will kill you. Like, you can't trust these niggas. My daughter, she's older, so, she's pretty much, she's grown. So, but I was telling her these things when she was young, when she was, as a teenager, dating and stuff like that. I'm letting her know, hey, you don't be just going out here dogging niggas and, thinking that you can disrespect niggas and stuff like that. Don't disrespect nobody. You know what I'm saying? If you got a boyfriend and it's not working out, then you just let him know it ain't working out and, whatever, and y'all keep it moving. But don't be out here trying to dog niggas and treat niggas like shit, because first of all, what goes around comes around. But second of all, I can't save you. You know what I'm saying? If you get into it with some nigga somewhere and he do something to you, there's nothing I can do about that. I can't save you from that. So you have to be smart when you deal with these individuals, and don't even put yourself in that type of position to where a nigga want to kill you, okay? Because you done dogged the nigga and you done, treated the nigga like shit. And now he want to fuck you up. Like, no. And I'm not saying, and I'm definitely not saying it's right, because it's not right. But like I said, when you dog somebody or you disrespect somebody, then a lot of times you can't. Once you open that door of disrespect, whatever you get is what you get, because you started it. with the disrespect. And I know we always say, words don't, as a child, you're told that words don't hurt. Words do hurt. They hurt a lot. And some people can't take it. So I just wanted to put that out there because, like I say, going from this, the trafficking thing, all the way to, talking about relationships and the way women break up with men. This I don't know how I segued to that, but somehow I did. But I appreciate you guys stopping by. I appreciate the love. So once again, drop a comment. Hey, let me know if what I'm saying makes any sense. Let me know if what I'm saying doesn't make sense to you at all. But I appreciate the love. I appreciate the subscribers. I appreciate the views. www.blackfathersofcleveland.com. Peace.